Welcome to Top 10 Highlights. Today we're diving into the chilling, the unexplainable, and the downright terrifying. The top 10 paranormal events that happened in real life. Some of these tales have haunted investigators for decades, while others remain unsolved mysteries that defy all logic. Stay tuned, because our number one pick will leave you questioning everything you know about reality. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and let us know in the comments if you've ever experienced something paranormal yourself. Let's get started. Event 10, the Amityville Horror. The haunting of the Amityville house at 112 Ocean Avenue is one of the most infamous paranormal cases in history, blending true crime and supernatural horror into a chilling narrative. The story begins in November 1974 when 23-year-old Ronald DeFeo Jr. murdered his parents and 4 siblings while they slept. He later claimed that voices in the house compelled him to commit the heinous act. This crime set the stage for the haunting that would make Amityville a household name. A year after the murders, the Lutz family, George, Kathy, and their 3 children, moved into the house, fully aware of its dark history. What happened over the next 28 days would become the stuff of nightmares. According to the Lutzes, almost immediately after moving in, they began experiencing disturbing paranormal activity. George claimed he would wake up every night at 3:15 a.m., the approximate time of the DeFeo murders, feeling an overwhelming sense of dread. The family reported inexplicable cold spots, foul odors that came and went, and green slime oozing from walls and keyholes. They also claimed to see glowing red eyes in the windows, attributed to a demonic pig-like entity named Jody that seemed particularly interested in their children. Perhaps the most horrifying account involved the Red Room, a small hidden chamber in the basement that their dog refused to enter. George described seeing it as a portal to hell. Kathy claimed to have levitated off her bed and experienced physical attacks by unseen forces. The family's ordeal culminated in a chaotic final night when they fled the house, leaving behind all their belongings. Skeptics argue the story was a hoax, possibly concocted to make money from book deals and movies. However, paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren visited the house and declared it a site of demonic activity. Their photographs from the investigation include one of a ghostly child peering out from a doorway, adding fuel to the mystery. The Amityville Horror remains a cultural phenomenon, inspiring countless books, documentaries, and films. While the house has since been renovated and sold to new owners who report no activity, its reputation as one of the most haunted locations in America endures. Was it all a fabrication, or did the Lutz family truly face something beyond comprehension? The debate continues, but one thing is certain: the Amityville Horror has cemented its place in paranormal lore. Event 9, the Dyatlov Pass Incident. The Dyatlov Pass Incident is one of the most chilling and perplexing mysteries of the 20th century. In January 1959, a group of 9 experienced hikers from the Ural Polytechnic Institute embarked on a trek through the snow-covered Ural Mountains in what is now Russia. The group was led by Igor Dyatlov, a seasoned outdoorsman. Their destination was Mount Otorten, but they never made it. Weeks after their disappearance, a search party located their abandoned campsite. The scene was baffling. Their tent had been slashed open from the inside, and their belongings were left behind as if they had fled in terror. The hikers' bodies were discovered scattered across the area, some half-dressed despite the sub-zero temperatures, suggesting they had left in a state of panic. Even more unsettling were the injuries. One had a fractured skull, 2 others had severe chest trauma likened to a car crash, and one woman's tongue and eyes were missing. Yet there were no external wounds or signs of struggle. Adding to the mystery, investigators detected traces of radiation on their clothing, and some witnesses reported strange orange lights in the sky around the time of the incident. Official reports concluded that the group succumbed to an unknown compelling force, leaving room for rampant speculation. Theories range from an avalanche to secret military experiments, with some suggesting an encounter with extraterrestrial beings or even a Yeti. However, none of these explanations fully account for all the peculiarities of the case, including the hiker's erratic behavior. In 2021, Russian authorities reopened the investigation, attributing the tragedy to a rare type of avalanche. But many experts and paranormal enthusiasts remain unconvinced. To this day, the Dyatlov Pass incident is shrouded in mystery, with every new detail only deepening the intrigue. The case has inspired books, documentaries, and films, cementing its status as one of the most compelling unsolved mysteries in history. Event 8. The Enfield Poltergeist. In 1977, the Hodgson family, living in a modest council house in Enfield, England, became the center of one of the most famous and controversial poltergeist cases ever recorded. The haunting began when Peggy Hodgson, a single mother of 4, reported strange occurrences in her home. Her daughters, Janet, 11, and Margaret, 13, claimed that furniture moved on its own, and knocking sounds followed them from room to room. The activity quickly escalated. Witnesses, including neighbors and police officers, reported seeing furniture levitating and objects being hurled across the room by an unseen force. Janet, the focal point of the activity, was allegedly possessed by a spirit named Bill Wilkins, a former resident of the house who had died there. In chilling audio recordings, Janet can be heard speaking in a guttural male voice, recounting details about Wilkins' life and death that she could not have known. The case attracted significant media attention and was investigated by Maurice Gross and Guy Lyon Playfair, members of the Society for Psychical Research. They documented over 30 hours of audio, capturing eerie phenomena such as disembodied voices, unexplained bangs, and even Janet's alleged levitation. Some of these events were witnessed by neighbors, journalists, and even skeptical police officers. However, skeptics have argued that the case was a hoax orchestrated by the children. Janet later admitted that some of the events were exaggerated, but she insisted that the majority of the activity was genuine. The Enfield poltergeist remains one of the most hotly debated paranormal cases, inspiring the 2016 film The Conjuring 2. Whether a genuine haunting or an elaborate fabrication, it continues to captivate the imagination of believers and skeptics alike. Or Event 7, The Ghost Ship. Mary Celeste. The tale of the Mary Celeste is one of the most enduring maritime mysteries of all time. On December 4, 1872, the ship was discovered adrift in the Atlantic Ocean by the crew of the British brig Dei Gratia. The Mary Celeste was intact, her cargo of industrial alcohol undisturbed, and her lifeboat missing, but her crew had vanished without a trace. The ship's last entry in the logbook, dated 10 days prior, gave no indication of trouble. The ship's condition puzzled investigators. The sails were partially set, and the captain's cabin contained his belongings and navigational tools, suggesting the abandonment was sudden and unplanned. A 6-month supply of food and water remained aboard, further deepening the mystery. Over the years, theories have ranged from piracy to mutiny, but none satisfactorily explain why an experienced crew would abandon a seaworthy ship. Some speculate that a sudden event, such as an explosion of alcohol fumes from the cargo, may have prompted the crew to flee in the lifeboat, but no evidence of such an explosion was found. Others believe supernatural forces or even alien abductions might be at play. The story of the Mary Celeste has inspired countless books, films, and documentaries, earning it a permanent place in the annals of maritime lore. Though the mystery remains unsolved, the ghostly image of the abandoned ship drifting silently across the ocean continues to haunt the imagination. Event 6, The Mothman of Point Pleasant. Between November 1966 and December 1967, the small town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, became the epicenter of one of the most famous cryptid sightings in history, the Mothman. This enigmatic figure was described as a tall, winged humanoid with glowing red eyes that could paralyze those who looked into them. The first sighting occurred when two couples driving near an abandoned World War II munitions site, nicknamed the TNT area, reported a large creature flying above their car. The creature, they said, followed them at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour. Over the next year, dozens of similar reports flooded local newspapers. Witnesses claimed to see the Mothman soaring through the sky, lurking in shadows, and even perching on rooftops. Many described an overwhelming sense of dread when they encountered it. The phenomenon took a tragic turn on December 15, 1967, when the Silver Bridge connecting Point Pleasant to Ohio collapsed during rush hour, killing 46 people. Some locals believed the Mothman was a harbinger of doom, its presence forewarning the disaster. This theory gained traction when John Keel's book, The Mothman Prophecies, connected the sightings to the tragedy. Skeptics argue the creature could have been a misidentified owl or crane, but believers suggest it was an extraterrestrial being, an interdimensional entity, or even a government experiment gone awry. The Mothman's legacy lives on through an annual festival in Point Pleasant and a towering statue commemorating the mysterious figure. Whether a cryptid, a warning spirit, or a figment of collective imagination, the Mothman remains one of America's most enduring paranormal legends. Event 5. The Bell Witch Haunting. The Bell Witch haunting is a terrifying tale of a poltergeist that tormented the Bell family of Adams, Tennessee in the early 19th century. The story begins in 1817 when John Bell, a farmer, and his family began experiencing strange phenomena. It started with unexplained noises, knocking on walls, scratching sounds, and chains dragging across the floor. Soon, the activity escalated. The family reported seeing strange animals around their property, including a dog with the head of a rabbit. The entity began speaking, identifying itself as Kate and claiming to be the spirit of a neighbor who had cursed the family. Kate was no ordinary ghost. It displayed intelligence and malice, tormenting John Bell and his daughter Betsy in particular. John suffered severe physical attacks, including slaps, pinches, and choking, while Betsy endured relentless bullying by the spirit. The Bell Witch's voice grew louder and more articulate over time, often mocking and threatening the family. The spirit's malevolence culminated in John Bell's mysterious death in 1820. The family found a vial of poison nearby, and the entity claimed responsibility, saying, "I gave old Jack a big dose of that last night." What makes the Bell Witch story particularly eerie is its numerous eyewitness accounts. Visitors to the Bell home, including General Andrew Jackson, reported experiencing the haunting firsthand. Jackson allegedly fled the house after an encounter with the spirit, declaring, "I'd rather face the British Army than the Bell Witch." The Bell Witch legend has inspired countless books, films, and even ghost tours. The haunting site, now known as the Bell Witch Cave, continues to attract paranormal investigators and thrill seekers. Whether a true tale of the supernatural or an elaborate family legend, the Bell Witch remains a cornerstone of American ghost stories. Event 4. The Winchester Mystery House. The Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California, is as much a testament to eccentricity as it is to fear. Built by Sarah Winchester, widow of the Winchester rifle magnate, the sprawling mansion is a labyrinthine structure designed, according to legend, to appease the spirits of those killed by the family's firearms. Sarah Winchester began construction on the house in 1886, following the deaths of her husband and infant daughter. A medium allegedly told her she was cursed by the spirits of those slain by Winchester rifles, and that continuous construction on a house would appease them. For 38 years, Sarah directed construction on the mansion, resulting in a bizarre and otherworldly structure. The house contains 160 rooms, 10,000 windows, 47 staircases, and doors that open to walls or drop-offs. One staircase leads directly to the ceiling, while others spiral aimlessly. It is said that Sarah designed the house to confuse and trap wandering spirits, ensuring they could never harm her. Visitors to the Winchester Mystery House often report ghostly encounters. Tour guides speak of cold spots, disembodied whispers, and shadowy figures. Some claim to have seen Sarah Winchester herself, still wandering the halls of her creation. Others have heard the sounds of hammering and sawing, as if construction continues in the afterlife. The house remains a popular tourist attraction and a favorite destination for paranormal investigators. Whether haunted or simply an architectural oddity, the Winchester Mystery House embodies the eerie intersection of grief, guilt, and the supernatural. Event 3. The Black-Eyed Children. The phenomenon of the black-eyed children is one of the eeriest urban legends to emerge in recent decades. First reported in the 1990s, these mysterious figures are described as children aged 6 to 16 with pale skin, monotone voices, and jet-black eyes that evoke an overwhelming sense of dread. The encounters typically begin with a knock at the door or a tap on a car window. The children ask for help, a ride, to use a phone, or to come inside. Witnesses describe feeling an inexplicable fear, as if their instincts are screaming at them to refuse. If denied entry, the children vanish without a trace. The most famous account comes from journalist Brian Bethel, who in 1996 claimed to encounter 2 black-eyed children in Abilene, Texas. They approached his car and asked for a ride, insisting they couldn't enter unless invited. Bethel felt an intense wave of fear and fled the scene. Some believe the children are spirits, demons, or even extraterrestrial beings in disguise. Skeptics dismiss the phenomenon as mass hysteria or urban legend. However, the consistency of reports across decades and continents has left many questioning whether there's more to the black-eyed children than mere folklore. Their presence has inspired books, films, and countless online discussions, cementing their place as one of the creepiest paranormal mysteries of the modern era. Event 2. The Haunted Island of Poveglia. Off the coast of Venice, Italy, lies Poveglia, an island shrouded in darkness and death. Often referred to as the Island of Ghosts, Poveglia has a grim history that makes it one of the most haunted locations in the world. For centuries, it served as a quarantine station during plagues, a mass burial ground for victims, and later, an asylum for the mentally ill. During the bubonic plague in the 14th century, Poveglia became a dumping ground for the sick and dying. Thousands of plague victims were forcibly sent to the island, where they were left to die or were burned in mass pyres. It is estimated that over 100,000 people perished there, their ashes mixing with the soil, making Poveglia's land nearly half human remains. In the early 20th century, the island became home to a mental asylum. The patients reported hearing screams and whispers in the night, but their claims were dismissed as delusions. According to legend, a sadistic doctor conducted cruel experiments on the patients, including lobotomies. He was said to be haunted by the spirits of the island and ultimately threw himself from the hospital's bell tower. The bell was removed decades ago, but many claim to still hear it tolling late at night. Today, Poveglia is abandoned, with its crumbling buildings overtaken by nature. Paranormal investigators who have dared to set foot on the island report disembodied voices, shadowy figures, and an overwhelming sense of dread. Locals refuse to go near it, calling it cursed. Though it is closed to visitors, Poveglia continues to draw the attention of thrill seekers and ghost hunters. Its horrifying history and chilling stories ensuring its reputation as one of the most haunted places on Earth. Event 1. The Perron Family. Haunting the Perron family's experience in their 18th century farmhouse in Harrisville, Rhode Island, inspired the hit movie The Conjuring. In 1971, Roger and Carolyn Perron, along with their 5 daughters, moved into the 10-bedroom farmhouse, unaware of its dark history. Soon, they were plagued by terrifying paranormal activity that would consume their lives for nearly a decade. The activity began innocuously. Objects moved on their own, doors opened and closed, and faint whispers echoed through the house. However, the phenomena quickly escalated. The family reported foul odors, beds shaking violently, and apparitions appearing throughout the home. Most chilling was the malevolent spirit they believed to be Bathsheba Sherman, a woman accused of witchcraft in the 19th century. According to legend, Bathsheba sacrificed her own child to Satan and cursed anyone who inhabited her land. Bathsheba's spirit seemed particularly fixated on Carolyn. She suffered unexplained injuries, including puncture wounds on her legs, and was allegedly possessed, with her behavior becoming erratic and violent. The daughters also experienced terrifying encounters, such as being pulled from their beds by unseen forces. Desperate, the parents sought the help of Ed and Lorraine Warren, renowned paranormal investigators. The Warrens conducted a seance to contact the spirits, but the ritual reportedly backfired, leaving Carolyn in a near catatonic state. Afterward, the parents chose to live with the haunting rather than risk further harm. Though the family eventually moved out in 1980, the house's reputation as a hotspot for paranormal activity endures. The current owners have also reported strange occurrences, and the property has become a pilgrimage site for ghost hunters. The Perron family's harrowing ordeal remains one of the most compelling and chilling hauntings ever documented. Thank you for joining us on this spine-chilling journey through the top 10 most terrifying paranormal events that shook the real world. From mysterious creatures to haunted homes, these tales continue to captivate and haunt us, proving that some mysteries may never be fully explained. What do you think about these events? Do you believe in the supernatural, or do you think there's a rational explanation behind these chilling stories? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think. And before you go, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more captivating content. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you won't miss part 2, where we'll explore even more spine-tingling tales of the unexplained. Stay curious, stay brave, and until next time, keep your lights on, just in case. See you soon.